Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, everybody. How are you all? How is everyone? Hello, do you hear my voice clearly?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Are you able to hear my voice? Do you hear my voice?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, clear.
Yes, sir. Clear.
Very good, very good. So, yesterday we had begun, sorry, yesterday we had begun the chapter that is the proposal by Anton Chekhov, and few a few of the students they had spoken the summary, the plot of the chapter in their own words, that is Charvi, Shesta, Mohit, and other students. So I hope everybody has understood what we are going to read. They have already summarized, you have already read and come the chapter, the proposal. So yesterday also it was discussed that the proposal stand for one is suggestion and second one is also for asking somebody's hand in marriage. That is the meaning of proposal. Okay, so here the theme of the chapter is marriages in different culture and different region, marriages in different country. So we are going to read, and the characters in the chapter given are, first one is Stepanovich Chabukov. His full name is Stepanovich Chabukov. He is a landlord, he is a land owner, he is the owner of a big estate, and he has a daughter. The name of the daughter is Natalia Stepanova. Name is Natalia Stepnavona. She is a 25-year-old girl. She is daughter of Chabukov and she is 25-year-old girl. Another character is Ivan Vasilievich Lomo. Ivan Vasilievich Lomo. He is a neighbor of Chabukov. He also owns a good amount of property, and he is also the owner of a large land, and he comes here to ask the hand of Chabukov's daughter in marriage. So he had come to keep his proposal to ask Natalia's hand in marriage. And now you know in the drama what happens. They start quarreling on a silly matter, first over the oxen meadows, then they start fighting over the silly matters, and then about their dogs, that whose dog is the better. Of course, the proposal was accepted, but then the quarrel continued. And yesterday we had also read introductory part about the Russian wedding. And there are many things you find common in Russian and Indian wedding. Now I just read the introduction and we shall continue with the characters. We shall read it like a drama. So I want 3 volunteers who will be reading it in a dramatized manner. They would be speaking the dialogue, of course, from the book, but with a proper stress, proper pronunciation, proper and louder sound. The proposal, originally titled A Marriage Proposal, is a one-act play, a farce by Russian short story writer and dramatist Anton Chekhov. It was written in 1888 to 89. The play is about the tendency of wealthy families to seek ties with other wealthy families. So there are many Bollywood movies, Hollywood movies also have been made on this kind of theme. A wealthy family wants to get a wealthy bridegroom to increase their estates by encouraging marriages that make good economic sense. So even in the marriage, they would like to see whether they are in profit or not. Ivan Lomo, a long-time wealthy neighbor of Stepan Chabuko, also wealthy, comes to seek the hand of Chabuko's 25-year-old daughter Natalia. All three are quarrelsome people. Remember, all of them are quarrelsome. They fight at a silly matter. And they quarrel over petty issues. Petty means a very, very small matter. The proposal is in danger of being forgotten amidst all this quarreling. So the man Ivan Lomo, he went to the house of Chabuko to propose his daughter, but he had forgotten about the proposal and he had started fighting. Later on, he tells that he had come to give the proposal and it was accepted. But economic good sense ensure that the proposal is made. Economic good sense. That means they were all calculative people. They knew their profit, their loss, their opportunity. After all, although the quarreling perhaps continues, and even after the proposal was made, the proposal was accepted, the quarreling continued. Now the characters are there, three characters, and raise your hand those who are interested in reading. So Shrestha is there, Sagar Porwal is there, and Charvi Gupta is there. Three hands we have. Then fourth hand I have of Mohit, then Vishi. So Shrestha, Sagar, Charvi, first three hand will get first opportunity. Then Mohit, Vishi, and others will get after that. So Shrestha, you will read the part of a land owner, that is Stephen Stepanovich Chabuko. All okay, and second one was Sagar. Sagar, you will read the part of Ivan Lomo. Sagar, you read the part of Ivan Lomo. Mohit, you read the part of Chabuko. Shrestha, you don't read. Shrestha, you read the part of Natalia. And Charvi, I will ask you later on to read. So first we have Mohit as Chabuko, Sagar as Lomo, and Shrestha Jain as Natalia. And wherever the narration is there, wherever the narration part is there, that will be read by me. Okay? So, all right, Shrestha, Mohit, and one more we have, that is Sagar. Okay. So, we continue reading. I will read the part of the narrator or narration. A scene of the drawing room in Chabukov's house. Lomo enters wearing a dress jacket and white gloves. Chabuko rises to meet him. Read.
My dear fellow, whom do I see? Ivan Vasilovich. I am extremely glad. Now this is a surprise. My darling, how are you?
Thank you. And how may you be getting on?
We just get along somehow, my angel. Thank you to your prayers. And so on. Sit down. Please do now how you know. You should not forget all about your neighbors. My darling, my dear fellow, why are you so formal in your get-up? Evening dress, gloves, and so on. Can you be going anywhere, my treasure?
No, I have come only to see you, honored Stephen Witch.
Then why are you evening dress, my precious? As if you are paying a New Year Eve visit.
Well, you see, it's like this. I have come to you. honored Stepan Stepanovich, to trouble you with a request. Not once or twice have I already had the privilege of applying to you for the help, and you have always, so to speak. I must ask your pardon. I am getting excited. I shall drink some water, honored Stepan Stepanovich.
He comes to borrow money. You should not give him any. What is it, my beauty?
You, you see, honored Stepanich. I beg pardon, Stepan Honorich. I mean, I awfully excited, as you will please notice. In short, you alone can help me, though don't deserve it, of course, and haven't any right to count on your assistance.
Oh, don't go round and round it. Darling, speak it out. Well,
One moment. This very minute, the fact is, I have come to ask the hand of your daughter, Natalia Stepanovna, in marriage.
Okay, so now you understood what they are talking about. So two people are talking, two person are talking, that is Lomo and Chabuko. And Lomo, he had gone to Chabuko's house, but he was very nervous. Even though he was excited, but at the same time very nervous. He could not speak properly why he has come like a gentleman in an evening dress, jacket, a beautiful, well dressed. So the neighbor was confused. The neighbor was surprised. Why you are in your best dress? Are you planning to go somewhere? So he says, no, I have just come to meet you, to see you. And he is feeling very shy, very nervous to tell about the proposal. Continue, Chabuko, continue.
by joy, Yvonne Wesley, which, say it again. I didn't hear it all.
I have the honor to ask.
My dear fellow, I am so glad, and so on, yes, indeed, and all that sort of thing. I have been hoped for it for a long time. It's been my continual desire, and I have always loved you, my angel, as if you were my son, my own son. May God give you both His help and His love, and so on, and so much hope. What am I behaving in His idiotic way for? I am off my balancing with joy, absolutely off my balance. Oh, with all my soul, I will go and call Natasha and call and all that.
Honored Stepan Stepanovich, do you think I may count on her consent?
Why, of course, my darling, and as if she won't consent, she in love, get she like a love sick cat, and so on. Shouldn't be long.
It's cold. I'm trembling all over, just as if I had got an examination before me. The great thing is, I must have my mind made up. If I give myself time to think, to hesitate, to talk a lot, to look for an ideal or for real love, then I'll never get married. But it's cold.
Okay,
Natalia,
yes, yes. So both of them are talking, Chabuko and Lomo. Chabuko says, repeat it, what did you say? Tell me again, what did you say? You asked my daughter's hand in marriage? I am so happy. I am so excited. And he says that I have been treating you. I know you are my like my own son, so I am ready. I accept this. But let me just call my daughter Natalia and ask her consent. So he asked, Lomo asked, will she consent? Will she accept my? So he said, yes, of course. Why not? She is my darling. And then Lomo also speaks. He also says, if I wait for the consent, if I wait for my love, if I wait for a chance to fall in love, then I will have to remain unmarried throughout my life, because perhaps nobody would love me or I would not fall in love with anyone. That's what they were talking. And then Lomo continue. Natalia Stefanza is an excellent housekeeper from here.
Not bad looking, well educated. What more do I want? But I am getting a noise in my ears from excitement, and it's impossible for me not to marry. In the first place, I am already 35, a critical age, so to speak. In the second place, I ought to lead a quiet and regular life. I suffer from palpitations. I am excitable and always getting awfully upset. At this very moment, my lips are trembling, and there's a twitch in my right eyebrow. But the very worst of all is the way I see. I no sooner get into bed and begin to go off, when suddenly something in my left side gives a pull and I can feel it in my shoulder and head. I jump up like a lunatic, walk about a bit and lie down again. But as soon as I begin to get off to sleep, there's another pull, and this may happen 20 times.
Natalia Stepanovna comes in. So here it was said by Lomo about his disease. He suffered from palpitations. Palpitation is the irregular heartbeat, or the speed of the heartbeat is very fast sometimes very slow. It is not a regular speed. And many other diseases he is talking about, that he can't sleep properly. When he sleeps, something troubles him, he wakes up and walk and then again sleeps, and again he wake up. About his muscles, the twitchings of the muscles and all those things. And then at the time when he was speaking, Natalia Stepanovna comes in. Yes, Natalia, read.
Well, there, it's you. And Papa said, go, there's a merchant come for his goods. How do you do, Ivan Vasvich?
How do you do, honored Natalia Stepanova?
You must excuse my apron and negligees. We were shelling peas for drying. Why haven't you been here for such a long time? Sit down. Won't you have some lunch?
No, thank you. I have had some already.
Then smoke. Here are the matches. The weather is splendid now, but yesterday it was so wet that the workmen didn't do anything all day. How much hay have you stacked? Just think, I felt greedy and had a whole field cut. And now I am not at all pleased about it because I am afraid my hay may rot. I ought to have waited a bit. But what's this? While you are in evening dress? Well, I never. Are you going to a ball or what? Thought, though must say you look better. Tell me, why you are got up like that?
You see, honored Natalia Stepanova, the fact is, I have made up my mind to ask you to hear me out. Of course, you'll all be surprised and perhaps even angry, but uh, it's awfully cold.
What's the matter? Well,
I shall try to be brief. You must know, honored Natalia Stepanova, that I have long, since my childhood, in fact, had the privilege of knowing your family. My late aunt and her husband, from whom, as you know, I inherited my land, always had the greatest respect for your father and your late mother. The Lomo and the Chubukov have always had the most friendly, and I might almost say the most affectionate regard for each other. And as you know, my land is a near neighbor of yours. You will remember that my oxen meadows touch your bir- birthright.
Okay, so we have read about Natalia's entry. Natalia entered and she said that my father told me that some merchant has come, but this is you. How are you? How do you do? They exchanged the greeting with each other. And Natalia asked him about his dress. Why are you in evening dress? Are you going for some ball, some party, dance party? But he says no. And here also again, he is trying to tell Natalia about his feeling, about his desire that he wants to get married to Natalia. But he is not saying it directly, rather, he is going around the table and he is talking about his family, his aunt, his uncle. He is saying that you see, I have been knowing you since childhood. We know each other. Our family knows each other. They respect each other. We are neighbor, and even our oxen meadows are at the border. So now you continue, Natalia.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, what is oxen meadows?
Oxen meadows is the land, pasture land, land for grazing, a free land which is used by the animals for grazing, or they sometimes grow the hay, the straw over there, grass over there for the animals. That is the oxen meadows, the pasture land, land which is used for grazing the animals.
Yes,
Clear?
sir.
Birchwoods means the border.
Okay, sir.
Sir, shall I read?
Yes, Natalia, continue.
Excuse my interrupting you. You say my oxygen meadows, but they are ours.
Yes, mine.
What are you talking about? Oxygen meadows are ours, not yours.
No, mine, honored Natalia Stepanova.
Well, I never knew that before. How do you make that out?
How? I am speaking of those oxen meadows which are wedged in between your birchwoods and the burnt marsh.
Yes, yes, they are ours.
No, you are mistaken, honored Natalia Stepanova. They are mine.
Just think, Ivan Vasilevich, how long have they been ours?
How long? As long as I can remember.
Really? You won't get me to believe that.
But you can see from the documents, honored Natalia Stepanova. Oxen meadows, it's true, were once the subject of dispute, but now everybody knows that they are mine. There's nothing to argue about. You see, my aunt's grandmother gave the free use of these meadows to perpetuity to the peasants of your father's grandfather, in return for which they were to be made bricks for her. The peasants belonging to your father's grandfather had the free use of the meadows for 40 years, and had got into the habit of regarding them as their own. When it happened that,
Okay, so they are fighting over oxen meadows. Natalia says that this belongs to me, and Lomo says that it belongs to me because my grandfather, my grandmother, they had given it to your grandfather, and in return, they had to make the bricks for my grandfather. So, for 40 years, they were given it to use, but now they have started claiming it. They say that this is their own. No, this is not yours. This is ours. We had given it to you for using only. And now the term is over and it is ours. So still both are fighting. No one is ready to listen to each one. Both of them are countering to each other. Yes, Natalia.
No, it isn't at all like that. Both grandfather and great grandfather reckoned that their land extended to Burn Marsh, which means that Oxen Meadows were ours I don't see what there is to argue about. It's simply silly.
I'll show you the documents, Natalia Stepanova.
No, you are simply joking or making fun of me. What a surprise. We had the land for nearly 300 years, and then we are suddenly told that it isn't ours. Ivan Vasilevich, I can hardly believe my own ears. These meadows aren't worth much to me. They only come to 5 deciatents and are worth perhaps 300 rubles. But I can't stand unfairness. Say what you will. I can't stand unfairness.
Hear me out. I implore you. The impatience of your father's grandfather, as I have already had the honor of explaining to you, used to bake bricks for my aunt's grandmother. Now my aunt's grandmother, wishing to make them a pleasant.
I can't make head or tail of all this about aunts and grandfathers and grandmothers. The meadows are ours, that's all.
Mine,
So both of them are fighting.
Ours.
Natalia said, no, I don't want to hear anything. I can't make head and tail. I don't understand anything story. The story which you are cooking. No, I don't know anything about that. What your father, grandfather, grandmother story you are sharing. No, I just know that the land is mine and Lomos is mine. Natalia, read.
Ours. You can go on proving it for 2 days on end. You can go and put on 15 dress jackets. But I tell you, they are ours, ours, and ours. I don't want anything of yours, and I don't want to give anything of mine, so there.
Natalia Stepanova. I don't want the meadows, but I am acting on principle. If you like, I'll make you a present of them.
I can make you a present of them myself because they are ours, they are mine. Your behavior, Ivan Vasilievich, is strange to say the least. Up to this, we have always thought of you as a good neighbor, a friend. Last year, we lent you our threshing machine, although on that account we had to put off our own threshing till November. But you behaved to us as if we were gypsies, giving me my own land, indeed. Now, really, that's not at all neighborly. In my opinion, it's even impudent, if you want to know.
Then you make out that I am land grabber. Madam, never in my life have I grabbed anyone else's land, and I shan't allow anybody to accuse me of having done so. Oxen meadows are mine.
Okay. Yes. So, so both of them are fighting, and Natalia says that, do you think our family is gypsy? You, your father, forefathers, they, you say that they have given the land to us. You think we are nomads? No, we are not. We do not want this kind of land. Never we have done this kind of thing in our life. And same way, Lomo also gives his argument. Lomo says, do you think I am a land grabber? I am a squatter. It's my hobby or my habit to grab others' land. No, we have never done that. I have never done that. So they are giving their own logic, their own excuses, their own explanation. They say that I can give you my land, but I don't accept the injustice. If you ask me, I can give you in charity, but I won't tolerate any kind of injustice or exploitation. Now, Natalia, it's not true. They are ours, and Lomo says they are mine. Natalia, continue.
It's not true. I will prove it. I'll send my movers out to the meadows this very day.
What?
My movers will be there this very day.
Mowers means machine to cut grass. Machine for cutting the grass. That's mowers. Yes.
I'll give it to them in the neck.
You dare?
Oxen meadows are mine. You understand? Mine.
Please don't shout. You can shout yourself hoarse in your own house, but here I must ask you to restrain yourself.
If it wasn't, madam, for this awful, excruciating palpitation, if my whole inside wasn't upset, I had talked to you in a different way. Oxen meadows are mine.
So he's threatening,
Ours.
saying that if I did not suffer from palpitation, excruciating means painful. Since I suffer from painful palpitation, if it was not so with me, I would have shown you my different attitude. He is threatening. Both of them are fighting. Natalia says, ours. Lomo, mine. Ours, mine. Ours, mine. Ours, mine. Chabuko, what is the matter? What are you shouting for? And now, Chabuko, Natalia's father's entry. He speaks. Till now, he was aside, and now he comes and he interrupts. He says, why? What's the matter? And Natalia tells him, Papa, please tell this gentleman who owns Oxen Meadows, we or he. Chabuko says to Lomo, darling, the meadows are ours. So both the father and daughter, both of them, they are claiming the land, Oxen Meadows, to be theirs. Whereas at the same time, Lomo also says that the land is his. Continue
Sir,
with, yes, yes, say,
sir,
speak.
I will give it to them in the neck means will he destroy the machines?
Yes, I will give it them in the neck. I will throw them out. I will destroy it. You dare to bring the
Okay, sir.
machine. You dare to bring the machine into field and I will throw it out. I will break it. Okay, anybody else would like to read or we continue with the same characters, those who are reading? One and Charvi. Anybody else? Who is this? Insha, second one. Who else? Okay. So Charvi, you read Lomo's part, and Insha, you read Chabuko's part, and Natalia's part is there. So same, Shrestha Jain will continue with Natalia's part. Yes, continue Charvi with Lomo's part.
Yes, sir. But please, Stepan Stepanovich, how can they be yours? Do be a reasonable man. My aunt's grandmother gave the meadows for the temporary and free use of your grandfather's peasants. The peasants used the land for 40 years and got accustomed to it as if it was their own. When it happened that
Excuse me, my precious, you forgot just this that the peasants didn't pay your grandmother and all that because the meadows were in dispute and so on. And now everybody knows that they are ours. It means that you haven't seen the plan.
I will prove to you that they are mine.
You won't prove it, my darling.
I shall.
Dear one, why yell like that? You won't prove anything just by yelling. I don't want anything to give up what I have. Why should I? And you know, my beloved, that if you propose to go on arguing about it, I would much sooner give up the meadows to the peasants than you there.
Understood
I
till here,
don't
everybody?
understand. How
Yes,
can
so
you
they are
decide
fighting and they
to
are
give
again
away
giving
somebody
their own
else?
excuses, their own explanation. One is saying that it's mine, another one is saying it's you. One is saying that I can't, instead of giving it to you, if I have to give the meadows, I would give it rather to the peasants. I won't give it to, but I can give it to the peasants. Yes, continue.
I don't understand. How have you the right to give away somebody else's property?
You may take it that I know whether I have the right or not, because, young man, I am not used to being spoken to in that tone of your voice, and so on. I Young man, I'm twice your age and ask you to speak to me without agitating yourself and all that.
No, you just think I'm a fool and want to have me on? You call my land yours and then you want me to talk to you calmly and politely? Good neighbors don't behave like that, Stephen Stepnovich. You are not a neighbor, you are a grabber.
What's that? What did you say?
Papa, send the movers out to the meadows at once.
What did you say, sir?
Au- Auction meadows are ours, and I shan't give them up. Shan't give them up, shan't give them up.
We will see. I will have the matter taken to the court and then I'll show you.
To court? You can take it to court and all that. You can, I know. You are just on the lookout for a chance to go to the court and all that. You pettifogger, all your people were like that, all of them.
Never
Pettifogger
mind
means
about my
crafty.
people. The
Pettifogger
laws
means crafty man, clever man. All you are, so now they are blaming, abusing, using all kind of nonsense word. Before that they were still respectful, they were angry, they were quarreling, but at the same time they were giving respect. Now they are changing the standard of the fight and going to B grade from A grade. Yes. And he says all you people are like that, crafty, clever, cunning. Yes, continue.
Never mind about my people. The Lomos have all been honorable people, and not one has been ever been tried for embezzlement like your grandfather.
You Lomos have had lunacy in your family, all of you.
All.
Your grandfather was a drunkard, and your younger aunt, Nastasia Mihailovna, ran away with an architect, and so on.
And your mother was a humbug, and something pulling in my side, my head. Help, water.
Your father was a guzzling gambler.
And there haven't
And there
many
been
backbiters
many
to equal you.
backbitters to equal your aunt.
Okay, so now they have started talking rubbish, talking nonsense about each other's family and each other's family members. All kind of nonsense, rubbish things are written here. Backbiters, gambler, humpback, drunkard, your aunt ran away with an architect, and there is a word, it's written, never been tried for embezzlement like your grandfather. Your grandfather was embezzlement means he had done a fraud with the property, with the land. Continue.
My left foot has gone to sleep. You are intruder. Oh, my heart. And it's an open secret that before the last elections, I can see stars. Where's my hat?
It's slow, it's dishonest, and it's mean.
And you are just a malicious, double-faced intruder. Yes.
Here's my hat, my heart. Which way? Where's the door? Oh, I think I'm dying. My foot's quite numb.
And don't set foot in my house again.
Take it to court, we will see.
Devil, take him.
What a rascal! What trust can one have in one's neighbors after that?
The villain, the scarecrow.
The monster. First he takes our land and then he has the impudence to abuse us.
And that blind hen, yes, the turnip ghost has the con- confounded cheek to make a proposal and so on. What? A proposal?
What proposal?
Why? He came here to propose you.